I'm back with another book haul for April. So I'm going to start with my collection that I'm working on because I had a whole bunch of these and I was like so excited because now I only have like 10 left to get, and I was like, yes, out of 62, 60 or 65. And I was like, yes. Anyway, so I got Oliver Twist. I got Snow White and Other Stories. I got Hans Brinker, The War of the Worlds, The Wizard of Oz, The Red Badge of Courage, and White Fang. So I think I do. I own all of these as regular books, but the Great Illustrated Classics is like great for children because they get a generalized idea of what's going on in the story. It's not like it's much always better like as an adult. You could like get through these in a day or an hour, but like as a child, like you like start to learn what stories are about. You got to see a snippet of what the book is like, and it's like you still fall in love with books. That's actually one of the first things I started reading as a child was these and the Landmark series, which is no longer in print either. And so I struggled with dyslexia, so like these were super easy reads and super big print, and like I could follow along very easily. So it was very easy for me to fall in love with reading, and they were part of the reason why I fell in with reading. And so I was just like, I'm gonna get them all, and I am so close to being done with getting them all, and I'm just like, yes. So I just couldn't resist getting like that was like what 6 of those from the same book series. It was just brilliant. Anyway, on to what else I got. I got J.R.R. Rowling's The Fantastical Beasts and Where to Find Them, the screenplay. I actually love her screenplays. Haven't finished them, but like I love it's kind of interesting just seeing, I don't know, I'm just a big person for, I mean, like, I've read lots of plays, lots of stories, I've been in plays and stories, and so it's, like, interesting to be like, oh, you could do a play about this, and it's just, like, brilliant. I just think she's J.K. Rowling. Like, who doesn't want to read J.K. Rowling? And so I just love that she does that. The next book I got was Grey, which is the 50 Shades of Grey from Mr. Grey's point of view. I cannot remember his first name because I'm super bad with names. Christian. I should remember that. Christian? Oh well. Christian Grey's point of view. And I think I've heard mixed reviews. So I'm just like, okay, like everybody like raves about Shades of Grey, and I've read most of it. I haven't finished it, of course. But I'm just like, I'm not sure, like, apparently it's darker, and, like, I don't really tolerate dark things, so we'll see how I feel about this, because, like, even though I finished most of the first one, it's kind of, or 50 Shades of Grey, it's kind of set from a naive perspective, and so this is supposed to be, like, more of a darker perspective, and I'm just like, but we'll find out. Anyway, on with King of Scars. This is a new one in the Six of Crows series. I am super excited for this. This just came out this month, or not this month. Oh gosh, it came out in March. Super behind, but still super brilliant. I love it. I've been reading Six of Crows, and I'm like in the middle of it. I'm like, oh my god, this is so good. I like cannot put it down. It's so good. And then I also got Shadow of Bones, which is one of the precursor books, I believe. I don't think it's not, like, anyway, it's another one. Anyway, I'm super excited about that. And by the way, can I just say that these are the most, like, beautiful, like, kind of, like, eerie kind of books. I just love the way that the series looks. It's just brilliant. The next thing that I got was The Rose and the Doctor by Renee, I cannot pronounce that, I'm sorry, Ondive. Anyway, it's supposed to be very good. Haven't heard too much about it. Just more of kind of like a, a looks kind of book, which, looks wasn't my favorite series, so we'll find out, if it's like that or not. That's just the things that I've heard about it, so we'll find out if it is. The next thing is I'm apparently I keep thinking I'm done with the Mortal Enemies or these or Mortal Instruments and the Clockwork. I think it's the Clockwork series or the. Anyway, I keep thinking I'm done, and then I go and look, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how could I not have that one? And so I got this one, which is the second book in the Clockwork Prince, and then I got the number 4th book, which is the City of Fallen Angels. And it's kind of strange because I always think that I have it, but I don't. And so I'm just like, oh, okay, why not? Anyway, sorry, I just got kind of a lot of books. I had a lot of books on sale. It was kind of brilliant. The next thing I got was Vanessa Vasa in the Night from Sarah Porter. It just looked so pretty, and it was brilliant, and it was on sale, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. And especially because, like, I believe it's set in New York, and it's always interesting. So for me as a Californian, I think, oh my gosh, New York. But like people from New York are always like, or like other parts of the country, they're always like, oh my God, you're from California. And I'm like, I don't understand why being from California is a huge deal. But then I'm like, I think being from New York is a big deal, or being from Boston is a big deal. And so I'm like, oh, it's like that kind of thing. Like when you're from an area, you're like, oh my gosh, it's such a big deal that you're from there. And then when you're from there, you're like, oh, it's just California. It's like regular, but you know, everybody's different. So I'm just like super excited because it's based in New York. So I picked up these. I don't actually, they were just on clearance. So I thought I would start collecting or start getting them. They're part of actually 2 different series. So it's just like, oh, they're both on clearance and they might as well start getting them because eventually I'll want to read them. And eventually, because I mean, first of all, you know me and my pictures, I love the way things look brilliantly. And I've heard things about this and I've been recommended to read it before, but haven't had a chance because I have so many other books I've been reading that I haven't finished. But I was just like, okay, I'll just start picking them up. And I was just like, oh, they look so brilliant and they look so good. And like, even though it's like about magic, it's not like about witchcraft. There's like a difference for me personally if I read something about witchcraft versus magic. And it's just like Harry Potter's magic. But like what is it called? It's called like white, red, blue, something like that. It's like about witchcraft. And I'm just like, I feel icky when I read them. Not icky. Like I feel like I don't like it. I don't like the way I feel when I read them because it's just like a weird perspective and I'm not like really into it. But I love the books on magic. So it's like, there is a difference and I don't know how quite to phrase it, but it is a difference to me. And then I got, so this is me being a geek. If you can't recognize what that symbol is, hopefully you recognize it now. And if you still don't, that's okay. It's actually the Weapons of a Jedi. A Luke Skywalker adventure. I just couldn't resist. It was on clearance. It was like $1. Okay, if you saw a book for $1 and it was like part of the Star Wars series and you were a super Star Wars fan, who would not pick it up? I just couldn't resist. Anyway, and so I'm super excited because it's like a little short read and it's like a little kid kind of like for a little kid, but that's okay. One of the books I get are for little kids. So Prom Nights from Hell by Stephanie Meyer, all of these people. Meg Bot, because I can totally pronounce the names. Anyway, I have definitely heard of this, definitely have wanted to read it, definitely could never find it. It was very strange when I didn't, because I'm not like a big like Barnes and Noble or Borders, when Borders was a thing. Like I like getting used books. It's just because it's I think it's a better use of resources, and like people have obviously given away these books and it's cheaper. And so I was just like, I can never ever find it used. And I was like, oh my God, it's used and it's on clearance. I was like, yes. Anyway, and then the last book I got was Vampire Kisses, the beginning. I love anything with vampires, like anything. Vampire Diaries, Twilight. Can't think of anything else that has vampires. I'm sure there is. I just can't think of it. But I love stuff like this. I love, Vampire Academy. Oh my gosh, such a great book. But this, I was just like so excited. It was on clearance yet again. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that this is on clearance. Anyway, couldn't resist it. And I picked it up. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my April book haul. And I realize this is going to be a super long video. And so if you made it to the end, congratulations. Anyway, if there's any books you want me to pick up or review, read it, just type it down in the comments below. If you liked the video, subscribe. If you didn't, that's totally okay. You never have to watch me again. Anyway, you will all have a great day and happy April!